show you how to transfer IOD image transfer on an old window or glass. Before you start working on your window, what you're going to do is make sure your window is clean, and after that you're ready to paint. I'll be using Fusion Mineral Paint Ash, and before I start painting the window, window frame, I will use a painter's tape and just tape the glass so I don't get paint onto the tester size jar paint and just paint it all dark gray. I'll be doing 2 coats. Let it dry till it's dry to touch between your coats, and once the paint is dry, I will use a sandpaper and distress. So next I'm gonna grab sandpaper and I'll start distressing. And now the white will start coming through the dirt. Don't worry about the edges being perfect. Once we put an image transfer and once we have distress, it's okay if you still see some of the white showing through. And I'm just going lightly all over the window. If you feel like you distressed it too much, you can also come back with the paint and just fill it in a little bit, the areas that you don't like. Next, I'll use a blow dryer and I will blow off all the dust, and then I'll use a window cleaner to just make sure my glass is nice and clean. I'm gonna be using IOD image transfer today, and they are huge. This one is 24 by 33 inches here. So it's gonna be too big for my window because if I lay it out, you can see it's like way bigger. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it on half, and then I can decide if I want to put the image transfer vertically or horizontally on my board. So this one is pretty easy to cut. There's like this middle part, so I'll just cut it right between, and then I'll just use half and save the other half for another project. I'm gonna use this side that has the beautiful sunflower, and I'm just thinking I don't want it to be in the middle of the window, so I can create my own layout. I could put it down exactly as is and just cut off the bottom part that's sort of coming over the window. I could even keep it and have it just go around on the frame, but I think what I'm gonna do is, just so I fill the space a little bit better, I'll cut this flower off and space it out a little bit better so it fills my space. Yeah, my mirror is a little bit more, my window is a little bit more sort of even. When I cut it, I don't have to cut perfectly along the side of the flower. I just cut sort of in between, and only the florals will transfer and none of the grit lines will transfer. The nice thing with these image transfers is that they do have the grit, that when I need to cut my straight line, I can, and then put on the image transfer nice and straight. So what I'm gonna do is I'll get some of these leaves slightly bit come over on the frame, and I'll try to use as much as I can. And I think I'll cut it off right here. So another decision I have to make is if I want to wrap around the window divider and just get the image transfer come right across. It is a little harder to do, or I can just cut it straight line in the middle and then space it out so it just ends here and starts again here. So I think I'm gonna do that way, and before I cut the bottom part off. So I like where it is now on the top. So I'll divide it out here. Okay, now that I've put down where I like my sunflower, I will now remove the white paper from the back. All this time I made sure my white paper stays there, otherwise the image transfer would stick right onto the surface and you would have to commit. So I'm gonna now remove the white paper and put it down, make sure this doesn't end up touching each other, and I'll put it down where I would like the image transfer to go. All right, I'm committing. Perfect, so I'm gonna just push it down first with my hands. Oops, one thing I forgot to do is, so that it's easier to wrap around the corners and edges, I do wanna make sure I cut in the plastic paper so it's easier to wrap around, otherwise the paper does not bend and it's very hard to make sure that it goes on all the nooks and crannies. So you can see this gives me way more flexibility. I'll do here as well. Each image transfer comes with this little scraping tool, and all I'm gonna doing is just going over. Do not press too hard so you don't break the glass. I'm just gonna start scraping it over, and the image will slowly start transferring onto the glass. You can see here. And then I'm just gonna go right over all of my project. Okay, so now that we're working with these little details that are coming right on the side of the board, side of the window, is I'm just gonna try to get it as much as I can flat on to the side. Just scrape it with this little tool. It's very nice and easy to do. Okay, first part is done. Now I'm gonna align, move this one on the side so it's not fully sticking, and I'll align this stem of the flower with the other one. Okay, I think that looks good. And once it touches the surface, you have to commit. Okay, now I have all my little cutout parts that I cut off, and I can figure out where do I want to put them now onto the window. Is doing varnish, and all I'm gonna do is use lint-free cloth and just go over all of the image transfer to remove any air bubbles that's underneath the transfer. Because we are working on glass, we can't seal our image transfers, so you can't clean them with anything wet. You can lightly dust it. You don't want to keep them outside. These image transfers are also not UV resistant, so if you put them in direct sunlight, they might fade over time.